I had an interview a couple of years back with a Swedish professional player, professional League of Legends player specifically. Um, he was then transitioning into being a coach. But he taught me about this concept of Jante's law, which, if you are from any of the Nordic countries, you will recognize. Uh, Basically, Jante's law is a sort of societal rule that pressures people to be normal, to fit in. The idea being that his parents wanted him to just be a hardworking guy, be a husband and a dad, have a family, not stick out too much, not be too ambitious, not do anything too crazy or wild. In many ways, it's the opposite of the North American culture of being ambitious, pulling yourselves up by your bootstraps, being entrepreneurial, and so on. So, at first, they were kind of off put by his career in esports, but as I understand it, they then became supportive and now everything's fine. But it was really interesting to learn about this concept because it made me think about how many sort of unspoken rules are around us that shape who we are and who we want to be. The other interesting thing about this is that basically it means that without your awareness, without paying attention to it, your goals and dreams might not be your own. They might instead be someone else's. They might be those of your parents, your society, your culture, your friends, and so on. So it's worth considering when you want something, asking yourself, well, why do I want this? Is it something that genuinely aligns with who I am and my own specific curiosity? Or is it because I saw it on TV or I heard about it from a family member or because I think this will get me status or riches or things like that? And I think by asking that question, you actually get closer to understanding yourself for who you truly are rather than thinking of yourself as, this amalgam of society and its wishes for you. I think that's part of the process of self-actualization is figuring out who you really are, independent of whoever society may want you to become. There's this famous story of Miyamoto Musashi. I think when he was 13 years old, he basically left his home and he went into the forest and he just lived in the wilds and he found himself in that process where he early on realized being in society was only going to hold him back and he needed time away from it to really actualize as a person. So I think all of us need to go through this in our own way. And if you think about it, teenagers are naturally rebellious because this is what they go through. They are figuring out who they are, they're finding their identity, and they have to rebel to do that. But I think many of us as adults, unfortunately, we end up conforming too much. School kind of beats us down. So do our jobs. So do a lot of social interactions. And I think we end up losing a lot of that fire that we had as teenagers. So maybe it's time to re-find some of that and figure out who you really are.